I want to welcome you to Dream Chasers Radio with me, your host, Yaya Diamond. What's up, peoples? Okay, you know what I got. It is a wonderful day. Oh, yes, it's a wonderful day. And I have a wonderful artist on my show today. And I am going to take a short break, very short. And then I'm going to come right back because we got to get into this interview, y'all. I am telling you what. So we have so many different wonderful artists that come on this show. And you guys know I love music because I'm a musician. And it's just an amazing thing to have just different artists come on with different kinds of music. And like most people don't even know that my favorite artist is Aerosmith. And I am telling you, one day we will have to have him on the show. So if you're looking at this, Aerosmith, you would make my day if you came on here, and I am sure it would make everybody else's day. But today we have an artist that's an amazing artist in her own right. She's got her own music out, and you're gonna love it. Miss London King, welcome to the show, girlfriend. How you doing?
Hey, I'm
Hey,
doing amazing today. How are you?
I am doing good. I'm doing good. I'm making that. I'm making that flight for Aerosmith to come on the show.
Oh, that's great.
Wouldn't that
Thank you
be
for having
amazing?
me.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing. Because we can have you on the show with Aerosmith on the show, and then we all just talk. That would be amazing.
That would be awesome. I
That
agree.
would that would be awesome. So tell me about your journey in the music industry. How did you get into it?
So I was really young actually. I started by doing musicals when I was 4, with this children theater company, and there I understood that I actually loved singing and performing. So I never stopped, I guess. I was more focused for the longest time on acting, but actually, I just figured out that singing is really my passion and really my thing.
I hear you. I hear you. Once you've been bit by the bug, you're done. It's over. I mean, you can't escape it. You can't run from it. Did you ever try to run from singing and performing?
No, because I think it's like running from number one, myself, like a big part of who I am, and number
Hmm.
two is running from the biggest emotional release and you know outlet that I have. Music is not just who I am, is also like how I express myself. So no, not really.
I did. I ran. I'm not gonna lie. I tried to get away.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
it
yeah.
is hard.
It is, yeah. Sometimes it's quite demoralizing. I mean, it's a hard business. It's no secret, but yeah, completely understand why.
So okay, so now that you're in the music industry, what was the one thing that kind of surprised you when you went in? Did anything surprise you?
um, well, it surprised me how many people really try to take advantage of musicians. Don't even understand why. Since it should never happen in general, but musicians are kind of like fragile souls. We are quite known for for being quite in tune with our emotional intelligence, and like taking advantage of musicians is really vile. um but yeah, there's a lot of that going on. But also surprised me in a good way is how supportive people become when they know that you're a musician. There's actually a lot of people that enjoy indie music that they don't generally hear on big radio stations and stuff. And when I speak to people, I'm like, yeah, I'm a musician, I make music, I actually write and make original music. They're like, oh my god, that's so cool, like, let me listen to that. And then they come back at me either on Instagram or text, and they're like, oh my god, I listened to your single and it slaps. And you know and then they continue supporting you, and it's just it's surprising how many people love music, and specifically indie music, that
Hmm.
they don't hear on radio or hear on massive Spotify playlists. So yeah, I feel like music business can surprise you in good and bad.
Yes. Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. So, I mean, okay, so you have your music, and we're going to go ahead and play a song now. So, tell me what this song is all about.
So this is a dancey song. And although it has a little bit more of like an upbeat rhythm to it,
Hmm.
it's actually got a very serious meaning behind it. I wanted to touch base with the topic of domestic violence and
Mm.
abusive relationships. And dangerous love, this is what it really talks about. It talks about not ignoring the red flags ever since the first date.
Mm.
It's just, not getting engaged in abusive behaviors and not mistaking them for love, because it's unbelievable how many times people not mistake, but like they genuinely think, or they have been in like indoctrinated to think that abusive, terrible behaviors are an expression of love. And yeah, this song, it's actually what that's actually what it talks about. Yeah.
Hmm. Awesome. We're going to go ahead and play that. Here it is, Dangerous Love, right here on Dream Chasers Radio.
Stand love for you. One of my pretty boy. Let's go. Why is it so hard for me to stare right in your heart? I know this feeling, it is tearing you apart. We hold each other's hands, we're dancing in the dark. Ain't got no love to give, I told you from the start. All these secrets are making us burn. We come together, then you tear us apart. Dangerous love. Yeah, dangerous love. Dangerous love. Yeah, dangerous love. Tears streaming down your face, I know I broke your heart. If I could turn back time, I'd look for the signs. I need to let you go, and deep down you know I'll never be your girl, and that's just how it goes. All these secrets are making us burn. We come together, then you tear us apart. Dangerous love. Yeah, dangerous love. Dangerous love. Yeah, dangerous love. You turn to me and say I can't let you go. This love is built in your illusions, and you know you pull me close and then you beg me to stay. So I say goodbyes, I'm walking away. Dangerous love. Yeah, dangerous love. Dangerous love. Yeah, dangerous love. Dangerous love. Yeah, dangerous love.
Sweet. I like it. I absolutely love it. I like it.
Oh.
Wow. It's amazing to me to see when things come together. When you're in the studio, it's late at night, you're falling asleep and nothing's coming out right, but then it all comes together. How does that make you feel when you finally see that final project after going through so much to get it done?
Oh, yeah, it's literally the best feeling also because the creative process, it's a very strange one. It just comes to you, you know, you cannot force it. You could try, but nothing great or good is coming out of it. So yeah, you just have to wait for that moment that it comes to you. But when it comes to you, there it is, and then you get the ball rolling. And but at the same time, you have to wait until all the production is finished, and then there's this product out there that feels a lot like your baby. You know, there's like you
Yeah.
just had a song baby. And that's great. Yeah, there's no comparable feeling really.
Yeah. What's the hardest part for you about doing all of this? What is the one thing that you just don't like?
Waiting for ideas to come. Yeah,
Waiting for
because
the ideas?
sometimes I think, well, I tend to be sometimes quite of an impatient person. You know,
Hmm.
I do realize it's in my nature. But then I learned how to be easy on me. Like, you know, okay, well, you didn't have the idea today. There's nothing you can do about it. And then maybe I get out to do something completely different. And I see something or I catch a glimpse of something, and here it is, you know.
Right.
Before I know, I have a full song done and ready to take it to the studio and take it to my producer and get the ball rolling. But sometimes it gets really frustrating to wait for that, for your creative brain to be like, oh, there you go, Eureka, Eureka. If I,
I agree with you. I agree because there'll be times where nothing. I mean, like you sit there, it's like you got a piece of paper, you got a pen, and you're ready to go, and you got this paper, and it's like
yeah, not happening today.
nothing. You,
Yeah.
you you know the worst thing is when you get it, you can't write it down fast enough. I
When is
think
that?
to me that's the worst
Yeah.
part because if I don't write it down fast enough or if I get the idea, literally I will forget it within 5 minutes. It's gone. So I better hurry up. So I got my phone or something, to record it on. What is the best advice that you've received so far during your career that you would love to share with other people?
Um, I think in terms of songwriting, probably the best advice was to be easy on myself. It didn't come from me because I tend to be a perfectionist quite easily, you know, and, you know, combine that with the impatience, it's a lethal combination, safe to say. But this is actually an advice from another musician that has been in the industry far longer than I have been, and he's been there, he's done all that. And he said, hey, be easy on yourself, you know, you cannot force it. It will come because this is who you are. You're an artist. You're never going to run out of ideas, you know. You live your life in a different way because you live your life in order to create. You're
Mm-hmm.
the ultimate creator.
Right.
um, and you'll never run out of ideas or creativity because everything that happens to you, everything that is your life, and then the smallest thing is going to turn sooner or later into a song. So
Yes.
it's kind of like patience, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I had to teach myself patience, and that came from this musician's advice.
Yeah.
In terms of music business, I think the best advice was um, to always watch out for the good opportunities, but also watch out for charlatans and, you know, the false bad opportunities, in terms of gigging, in terms of recording, in terms of professionality. Another great advice that I was given was like, do not put up with unprofessional people. When people let you down the first time, you know that they're not going to be very reliable, and
No.
that turned out to be a very true advice
Mm-hmm.
in the music
Yeah.
industry.
Yeah. And you can be offered lots of deals
Ah,
Don't
yeah.
take those either.
Let's not get started on the deals.
The deals. We already know about those,
Yeah.
especially being a female in the music industry. What has that been like for you? And how have you um how would I say avoided the deals?
Well, it's been a very mixed feeling kind of experience. It's a very male dominated industry. It's starting to change a little bit, but I've worked with male producers before. Well, you know, one of them was really amazing, but a couple of them were really really dodgy, not in a production sense but in a human sense. And I feel like when you're a woman in the music industry, sometimes you can feel a bit lonely. Being a woman in this world, sometimes it feels a bit lonely because of many cultural and societal things.
Yeah.
But being a woman in the music industry can be really hard because when things happen and you don't want them to happen, you that's your loneliest point. When someone is trying to be dodgy with you, you really don't know who to turn to, especially if you're young, especially in your early years of your career. It
Mm.
can be really scary because you don't know who is your friend, who don't know who you can rely to. Um, so yeah, it's really really it's really really daunting and scary and a little bit, and then you grow a thick skin through some bad experiences as well. And but at the same time, you're just always wary. You're just always like, oh my god, is this legit? Is this person wanna take advantage of me? Is this person real? Do they see some real talent? Or yeah, exactly.
The deal.
And but also, like, I know a lot of engineers and a lot of women behind the scenes. Like, they're not necessarily artists, but they're producers, music engineers. And there's also the side of sexism, in that field, and you see it all the times. You see it under these beautiful female producers that happen to be beautiful and sexy, and they get insulted, they get undermined because they are sexy as well. And there's lots of untalented jealous men under their contents, just being like, oh, that's why you're successful. Yeah, now I understand why you're successful, implying that they're successful because they're beautiful and not because they're actually kick-ass. So
Right.
there's a lot of challenges with being a woman in the music industry.
Oh,
Yeah.
girl,
Yeah.
you hit it right on the nail. Sometimes it can be very lonely here. And who do you go to? Who can you turn to? Who do you pick up the phone and call when you're going through these things? Nobody in that's not in the music industry can understand what you're going through and at that moment. And sometimes they might even say, "Oh, you may be misunderstood." It's like, no, I was very clean. It was very clean, very clear, very out front. It was the deal. It
Yeah,
was
like I'm
there.
not I'm not a
Yeah,
fool, I'm not stupid. Yeah. It's like there's some
exactly.
things you can't misunderstand.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you now have the team that you're working with. How is that? And tell me, what you guys are planning for your future.
So yeah, the moment we're planning more recording. I'm planning to do an album very soon, actually. So writing, and I
Mm-hmm.
actually have a few songs written down. And now I'm at the point where I have more than I needed for this project. So I'm like, okay, which one is getting, delayed to the next project, and which one is actually going to be included in this one? So,
Yeah.
but yeah, and yeah, just I want to do more covers as well,
Mm-hmm.
because I think covers are a way to show your taste in music. What are your favorite songs, the ones that inspired you, the artists that inspired you? So definitely want to do more of that. But main concentration goes on my debut album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to London King, and she is a wonderful recording artist. It's got a wonderful future ahead of her, and she understands the deal. And if you don't know what we're talking about, you need to rewind and go back and listen, because all females get the deal. Okay, we all get the deal. But anyway, let's get past that, because your future looks so amazing. Where can people find you?
So people can find me on Instagram. I actually update Instagram every 2 days or daily if needed be. People can find me also on Spotify, where they can listen to my music. Not only this latest single, but also my previous singles and EPs. And they can also find me on YouTube, where I have music content, music videos, and yeah, these are my main platforms, I would say. Yeah, where people
Awesome. Well, London, thank you so much for being on the show. I appreciate it. It's such a wonderful thing to have another female on the show, and maybe maybe I'll go ahead and form that group so that we do have some people that we can talk to and call on the phone when this happens, because I mean, it can be very, very lonely at times. Like you said, because most people, you don't think that they could relate to what's really going on, so we need to actually group up and make it happen, so that nobody can give us the deal anymore. I don't want the deal.
Yeah, no more dodgy deals.
No more dodgy deals. Thank you so much, London, for being on the show. I appreciate it so much. Thank you, guys. Go ahead and follow, subscribe, like, comment. We're watching. We're going to be replying to every comment that you put on any platform here. And thank you again so much for tuning in. And don't forget to dare to be different. Until next time, guys. Bye. London, don't go anywhere. We're going to talk, girlfriend. I did to be different.